Next one's a special item, item F8. Resolution R20-0151, a resolution to approve a memo of understanding with Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation, Inc., providing for the use of city property south of Sumter Amphitheater as a memorial. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R20-0151? Motion by Councilman Ingberg, second by Councilman Klug. I'm going to call for proponents. Some of the representatives of the foundation are here. I'd like them to invite them up and introduce themselves and share a little bit about the project. And if you'd state your name for the record.
Thank you, Mayor Black. My name is Howard Ball, and I am the Community and Public Relation Chairman for the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Foundation. And Tom Brown is the president of the State Council of VVA, Vietnam Veterans of America, came with me tonight. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about our vision and what we want to do in these 2 acres out by south of Sumter Theater.
And just before you start, Council, you do have a packet at your table, and we'll make sure this is public as well.
About 2 years ago, sorry. No problem. About 2 years ago, at a Vietnam Veterans of America meeting we had here in Omaha, we talked, and it was around Veterans Day, and we were talking about what we could do for the 395 Nebraska Vietnam veterans that were killed in Vietnam. And the first thing that came to mind was a memorial. And we talked about the type of memorial we wanted, and there's a lot of memorials throughout the state and throughout the country. But we wanted something a little bit different, a little bit unique. And we started putting a planning committee together. We put a board of directors together. We put elected officers, and then we started appointing committee members. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to make this different by adding not only the names of all 395 veterans on an obelisk out there, but also make this a history and educational memorial. And what I mean by that is we're going to have 8 to 9 obelisks, 10 feet high, and on there we can put all kinds of information. We can put the names of the veterans, of course, that were KIA, but we're also going to put what happened during the 10 years of the war, from 65 to 75. There's a lot of things that happened not only in Vietnam that were very noticeable, and there's a lot of things going on in the United States also. We had, for example, we have an obelisk that we're working on that will be for the year 1968. Well, 1968, we had 2 assassinations in the country. We also had riots, and we had protests, and we had a little turmoil, kind of like what I don't want to say like we're going through now, but we have no assassinations, thank goodness. But anyway, we came up with that, and what else we wanted to do was we wanted to put some iconic figures out at the memorial. And one thing was a Huey helicopter, and everybody kind of knows what a Huey helicopter is, and it was the main helicopter used in the Vietnam War. So we searched for one, and we found one back east, and it's currently being shipped back to us. It will be refurbished, and it'll be the main part of the memorial. The biggest part of the memorial was finding a place, and we searched for 6-7 months trying to find a place. And then one of the members made a call to the city of Papillion and talked to Mayor Black and told him what we were looking for, and he got back to us. And the site is absolutely perfect for what we want to do. It's just enough acreage, it's high enough up, it's very visible, and it's close to the Nebraska, or the cemetery, National Cemetery, out on Schramm Road and Highway 50. So we decided to pursue that further, and that's how we put together the MOU, and that's why I'm here tonight. And we put together also a honorary committee. And honorary committee are some names that people would know and that hold positions of either businessmen, people that were politicians. So we have honorary members is Mayor Hal Dobb, ex-Mayor Hal Dobb. We have Chuck Hagel, and which he and his brother were the only two brothers in Vietnam that served in the same unit for the whole 10 years. There was never two brothers that were in the same unit. We also have Bob Carey, who was a Medal of Honor recipient, and we have 7 Medal of Honor recipients from Nebraska. So Nebraska has a lot of history. And we also have the Mayor Black, who's an honorary committee member, and we have the president of Bellevue University. And the president has been, in Bellevue University, has been a mainstay in this project. We probably have about, I would say, 50 people working on this project right now, and every single one of them is a volunteer. Nobody's getting paid a penny. They all do it on their own time. And Bellevue has just been wonderful. We've used their IT department, we've used their education department, their fundraising department, and they're all helping us, with this project. So everybody's kind of been on board, and Bellevue University has been a great partner for us in this and continues to be so. So I would gladly answer any questions that you might have. I want to keep this kind of short and to the point, and I know you've all seen pictures of it, and we can answer any questions for you. Be more than happy to.
I think one of the other things on the educational component is Bellevue is also helping writing a curriculum that can actually be used in the schools that are age appropriate, and Dr. Rickley is participating on the committee as well.
Correct.
So education, it's moving beyond the site, and it's really making an impact. Mr. Stubbe.
Yeah, it's just some general questions with regard to what kind of fundraising, how much money are you looking to get, if it all comes together, what kind of schedule are you proposing?
We put together a budget for $3.6 million. And we have a fundraising committee who's headed by a Lisa Jorgensen, who's a member, works at Bellevue University, and that's what she does, part of her job. And we have a grant writer at Strawhecker Company, who deals in fundraising, and we've had more Zoom calls and meetings than I'd like to even think about, but we're reaching out to everybody. And what I do is I talk to a lot of groups, anywhere from Rotaries to veterans groups to anybody, Kiwanis clubs, anything like that, and tell them about our project.
How about a targeted schedule? Do you have something in mind?
We'd like to break ground about a year from now.
Okay.
Any other council discussion? I just want to thank you for the partnership. From the first time we got a phone call, Mr. Gowan and I sat with the team, and we didn't have this site in mind when we started talking. We just said Papillion would love to host something like this, and we got on GIS, and we looked at all land, public and private, just kind of drove the streets on GIS. And kind of landed on this site, and I think we all, at about the same time, said probably a very appropriate site, and it's been a good partnership. We didn't have very many meetings, and I think we had the basic structure of the MOU developed. We really wanted a partnership. We wanted it long-term. One of the important things for everybody was once the project is built and people on the committee start aging and moving away, how do we know 30 years from now it still looks good? And maintenance responsibilities were a really important conversation. And again, I think we were both on the same page the whole time, and you'll see that in the MOU. The land is still owned by the city. We modeled this actually after the lease agreements we've done with Portal, the Boy Scout Cabin, and PVFD Inc. It's been a good model. And so it's still owned by the city, but we grant a license to them, so it's not even $1 a year lease. It's just a perpetual license for 50 years. But an important part of it then is with it being city, some of the regular routine maintenance falls under our parks department, and so we'll continue doing the regular routine maintenance, and they'll come in and do the special things. And then because budgets and everything could change on the city side, part of their fundraising actually is to build an endowment for maintenance. And so we'll have an annual reimbursement from the foundation back to the city, but we will actually then do the maintenance. So I think it's a really, really good partnership. So I just want to thank you a lot for everything involved in that. Any other discussion? Please vote.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it.